You might think that this is without consequence, but I'm going to tell you something that really matters, and it's something that's going on all the time, and you might not even notice it. It's the conversation that's going on in your mind. We have that conversation, whatever we're doing. If we're in the car, if we're at our desk working, if we're home, walking down the street, in our office, traveling, there's always a conversation going. And you've heard it, and we have come to accept it. But what's happening is a conversation that derives from input. We have taken certain input, and that has resulted in a script that's running in our mind. Now, we call this self-talk. Sometimes it's verbal. Much of it is silent. But nevertheless, it's going on all the time. And it's going on, and it's so prevalent that we often can't trace where it comes from. But if we look back in our lives and we really think about the words that we hear day to day and the beliefs that they represent, where do they come from? They come from our family. They come from our friends. They come from classmates in school. They come from coworkers in those early jobs. They come from relatives, mentors, coaches, maybe in the sports we play, perhaps from public figures that we admire, from news reports. And all of that comes together to create a methodology, a way of thinking. And the challenge is now that methodology is your own. You own it. Now, if you have never examined what you're walking around with and what you own and what you're broadcasting, you may not realize that you're using this as a tool day to day. You're using this as a tool to assess what's going on in the world, to assess your own potential, to do your work, to interact with others, to communicate, to evaluate relationships, to conduct business. We're using this as a tool. Now, the question is, what kind of tool are you using? What kind of tool is here? What's going on? Because if you have bad information, then you're using a tool that is going to produce bad results. See, what we're creating here is a way of thinking, a way of believing, a way of feeling, and then that leads to action. And we take action on the basis of these underlying beliefs and thoughts. So in a split second, we look at something, we make a judgment, it comes from that tool that's underneath, and we decide how we're going to approach it. That's why two people can look at the same circumstances and see completely different things. One person sees, wow, look how good this is, what great potential. And another person looks at it and says, who do they think they are to put us in this position? And so it's a fascinating thing, because much of what I do when I'm coaching people directly is trying to figure out what tools they're working with. Now, you can't tell the average person that what they believe and what they feel is flawed in any way, that they're working with a dull tool, that someone has told them that, hey, if you smoke cigarettes every day, you'll be healthy. It's not that extreme, but it's similar to that. For a long time, we looked at people smoking on television, during movies, during programs, performances, and we thought it was elegant. We thought it was worldly. We thought it was fascinating to see someone holding a cigarette as they spoke. Today, most people realize that that was a deadly tool. Now, there's many people who still smoke and enjoy it, and I'm not passing judgment on what they do. But by and large, we know that if you do that consistently over time, that it's not going to be positive for you. So someone has a tool that they've accepted, that maybe they saw it early in their life. Maybe someone showed them how to light a cigarette, helped them make a selection, and then that became the way they operated. So here's the question. What tool are you operating day to day with? That business is difficult, careers are difficult, the economy is tough, it's difficult for me to succeed. I'm dealing with tremendous power struggles out there. It's hard for me because I'm a woman, because I'm a man, because I'm black, because I'm polka dot. It's difficult to succeed in this industry. All of these ideas. You'll look around and you'll see all kinds of things to support your ideas. No question about it. The question is that the tool you want to use day to day? Is that the tool that you're going to work with day to day? I would say that if you would get more focused about defining the tools that you use, defining the self-talk, the dialogue, the feeling, the belief that you carry around day to day, you will get places that you didn't realize you could even get. Because most people are afraid to dream too big because they doubt it. They're afraid to say, I want this, that, or the other. They're afraid to pursue a client. They're afraid to pick up the phone and call someone because they're afraid, and they're afraid because of the tools, the thinking, the dialogue, the self-talk that they have in their mind. Oh, it probably won't make a difference. I probably won't get through. The last time I couldn't get through, no one responded. The last ad campaign I did didn't work, and so forth. So they're working with a tool that's counterproductive to what they desire. So what happens? You get stuck. You get stuck in a place where you're underperforming. You're not making the money you want to make. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't enjoy the work. You don't have the cash flow, the conveniences, the niceties of life, because you are working with a dull tool. The goal in life is to have the best tools every day. And the best tool you can have is what you think, what you believe, and what you feel about yourself. That is what, if you look at the great achievers in our world, that is what led to their success. Somehow they believed that they could get it done, that they could accomplish it, that they could break through barriers, and that despite the odds, they would be able to succeed. I want you to think about your dialogue. Are you saying things like, this has been a difficult week, this has been a struggle, I'm not quite there, there's this problem, there's that problem, I can't seem to get this to work? Are you doing that? Or are you training yourself in a different way? Are you reflecting the attitude that some family member had, that some coworker had, that some classmate had, that your teacher had in early school? Or have you decided that you are going to believe what you want and what you desire? It's up to you. It's up to you. I have worked on my own tools for many years and conditioned myself to only see what I want, irrespective of what shows up. And in time, what shouldn't be there disappears, and what should be there appears. Sometimes very quickly, immediately. Well, you can do the same thing. It's all based on what you think, what you believe, and what you feel. Rewrite the script that's going on in your mind. Rewrite your self-talk. Rewrite the messages you're giving yourself, and you will rewrite your life. You will rewrite your business, and you will rewrite your achievements. That's something that you can do. It's up to you. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. Share it with someone in your network, someone who will appreciate it, someone who has to rewrite the script in their life and their business. And make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. And I look forward to chatting with you again. I'll see you next time.